Alright, I was requested by one of my little ones to make a 3D print for the first time for them. And what she requested was a melted ice cream cone. It's supposed to be a door stopper. So it's a melted ice cream cone and it's upside down. And she wants a multicolored print. I let her pick out the colors. And so I'm printing that right now. It's back there. But I just want to show you guys my settings that I did for this and how I set up in Bambu Studios those painted prints. So in this video, I'll be sure to show you some tips and tricks on how to save time and filament. I'll show you my settings, my painting process, everything like that, but everything's going to be 100% done in Bambu Studios. Let's get to the video. Alright, so I've dragged and dropped the file inside Bambu Studios, and as you see, like, it's exactly what I said. It's an ice cream cone flipped upside down. It's supposed to be a door stopper, but it looks kind of cool. I've gone ahead and I've started, I got my Bambu Labs X1C right there. I have the cool plate. I added 4 colors. We're not going to be using 4. We're going to go with 3. But I had the 4 colors up there. I do have a little bit different settings right here. I will link that video that shows the good support settings if we're going to use supports, which I don't think we will in this. But it's also a good 3D printing profile. I'll be sure to link that somewhere up here. Feel free to click that video if you want some good settings for supports or just 3D printing in general after this video though, okay? So stick around. Alright, so first, make sure you select your object, okay? If you're going to highlight it, that's pretty basic and simple. So if you already know that, congratulations. If you don't, make sure you select your object. So I'm going to have the 4 colors up here. So this purple color, that is like a rainbow PLA color that she picked out. She wanted that. So that's going to be the ice cream color. This kind of, it's like a tan color. That is the ice cream cone color. It's a bone from E-Sun. It's pretty good. I like it. I've used it for skulls, and it's also going to look good as an ice cream cone. And then right here, she wanted blue sprinkles, so blue sprinkles it is. I'm going to try and make this as easy as possible, and I usually use the fill bucket right from the get-go. If you're painting something, you should always use the fill bucket to try to get the biggest area possible, and then go and try and fill those little details. So select, go ahead and click, and there you go. With the smart fill, what happens is as soon as it has a hard border right here, that's a hard border, and that's a shift from like a straight object to kind of, organic ice cream scoop looking object. We don't want to do that. And so that's going to just kind of smart fill it. So the higher you go, the more like sensitive it's going to be to that. The lower you go, let's go right here. You can kind of see those little white dots. Those are going to be dots that are not filled in. And so if I were to do this and then look, you could see that there are, if you look right here where my mouse is, there's going to be purple if I move it. So there's purple. Okay. So I'm going to go back to 90 the way it was and select it, and that should cover everything. For the sprinkles, I'm going to do the same thing. I have the smart angle on, and it should just fill it. Okay, very simple, very easy. If I wanted to, I could color all this by hand, but I don't want to do that because this is saving me lots of times. It's saving me lots of time. You do just need to make sure you click all of the sprinkles. You don't want to miss one. Watch me miss one. Be very upset. Alright, I think I have everything. Also, if you care, this is a file from STLFlix. If you have any questions about STLFlix, feel free to reach out to me. I can give you an honest opinion about them. Okay, so I think that's everything. So we're going to go out of coloring, and that's where we are. So I'm going to go ahead and click slice, and then I'll get right back to this video. So as you can see, it's going to cost $8.14, and this is all using Bambu's profile, so it's running off of the cost of Bambu filament. My filament's a little bit cheaper than that, so I do know it's not going to be an exact $8. Bambu's filament is about $20 to $25. The filament I use is typically like $12, so it's saving me a little bit of time there. And then right here, you're going to have 18 hours of print time. That's a lot of time for this little ice cream cone. but it's worth it. She'll love it. So some things I'm going to change up real quick. Strength. I'm going to go to gyroid infill. I'm going to change this to 10%. I usually don't print too many things over 10%. So if I wanted to go for strength, which people tend to think that infill is what makes the strength increase, I'm going to increase wall loops. You could do that if you want. I'm not going to do that. Okay, with the multicolored print as well, we're going to go to others, and we're going to select flush into objects infill. So instead of purging all of the filament out into the waste, this is going to go in the inside of this and fill it in. Be careful if you're ever using a white filament as like the shell. Like if this brown cone part was white and you're flushing infill into it, always increase white to like 3 or 4 walls, because you're going to be able to see through it a little bit and you'll have that kind of color bleed. So if you're ever flushing into infill, just make sure, and you're using white, just make sure you're increasing those wall loops. So we're going to flush into infill. That's good there. You know what? I think we can get away with 8%. There's not too much of a difference there, so we're just going to go 8. Any little bit helps. This isn't going to generate a support, so we don't need to worry about that. And then it's a 16 layer height. If I wanted to, I could probably increase it, which I'm going to, but just remember this video with the optimal fine-tuned settings. I'm going to link that again right here. Click on it after the video. I'm going to probably just go to 20 millimeters layer height, or sorry, not 20. We're going to go to not 20 millimeters layer height. We're going to go to 0.20 millimeter layer height. We're just going to click use. We're going to click slice and see what that comes out to. So it says the slice is good. We've shaved off about $2 and then 4 hours. Okay. That's probably the best I'm going to get, and I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like with this flush infill. You can see how this sprinkle, it's going to be flushing the rest of that filament, or most of that filament, into the infill. And this is why you're going to want to increase that wall loops if you're using a light color and you have a darker color flushing into it. With this PLA and the filament colors I'm using, I'm not too concerned about that bleeding through, but if you're using white or something like that, make sure you guys do that. So that's how I'm going to leave it. I'm only going to print one of these. Seems kind of like a waste. If you guys are ever printing multicolored prints, always try to print in a batch, because hold on, let me go back. That was like $6.14. Let me show you something here. So we're going to go to fill bed with copies. Sure. Three copies. We could probably get 4 in here if I wanted to. Clone 1. We're going to turn this and orient it. Okay, we're going to click slice, and I'm going to show you kind of the price difference of what this is, because when you're printing something, if you batch print multicolored prints, the price doesn't really increase that much, and so you're still wasting the same amount of filament. Okay, like it's purging that much, but you're also getting more models for about the same kind of waste. And so let's see how long this will take. I'm going to guess. Oh, I'm not going to guess. Let's see what the price increase is. So it was like $6.14 for that one is what we got it down to. Come on. Okay, so for one, it would cost $6 to make. For 4, it is almost $12. Let's just call it $12. So for another $6, I can make 3 more. Okay, the increase in time goes from, I think it was 14. At first it was 18, then I think we cut down to 14. That does increase, but it doesn't double it quite yet. Almost, but it doesn't. Okay, same amount of filament changes, but to get 4, it's only taking you an additional $6. So if you guys are printing something in multicolor, batch print it. Okay, you're going to be saving money in the long run. The purge is the purge. That's going to be wasted, but you can get more bang for your buck if you do multiple prints on the build plate using the same color scheme. So I have this 3D print. I'm going to get it sent off to the printer. It's already back there going, and I will show you what it looks like probably in a YouTube short. I'm going to go ahead and post this video because it's more so just the slicing of the 3D print. So if you're curious on how it turned out, like and subscribe. Go to my channel, and when this ice cream video comes out, check it out. We'll go over the looks of it and how it came out. But anyways, I'm Queso. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.